I don't want to say whether the Palestinians won or the Israelis won. Let us look at the fact. First of all, if we measure it from materialism perspective and a classical way of judging wars, yes, Israel may have destroyed Gaza completely. Almost everything is destroyed, even masajid. They left maybe 60 masjid that have partially destroyed. Hospitals, education, universities. There is no university that is running in Gaza or that has its buildings in Gaza, and so on. They also killed, according to the official, 67,000, but many people are expecting this number to reach to 100,000. Over 100,000 severely injured, maybe with some of their limbs amputated. Israel on the other side, yes, they lost 20,000. Some people deny this number. Now you cannot trust numbers. 20,000 soldiers. They lost many commanders. In terms of financial loss, Israel incurred 100-something billion dollars of losses. Of course, you cannot have an exact figure. More than 2,000 companies left Israel. So there are losses from the Israeli side. But we agree that from this perspective, the losses of the Palestinians are much higher than the Israelis. From this angle, this is one angle to look at it. But if you look at it from a strategic perspective, what do we mean by strategic perspective? Yeah, let us define it. What do Palestinians want? Liberation. Okay? And what do Israelis want? They want a number of things. Expansion, physical expansion on the ground, and they want to dominate more of the surrounding areas, and they want, as they say, inner peace in the lands that they have occupied. Now, let us look at it like this. Are Palestinians now moving towards more liberation? We'll talk about the cost now. But are they moving into their direction? And are Israelis moving towards their direction? This is for me the summary of the whole story. I hope that this point is clear for everyone. Let us not discuss such critical conflicts, if you would like to say that it is the conflict between, I'm not talking about the genocide, I'm talking about the historical conflict between the Israelis and the Arabs or the Palestinians. Or if we want to look at it, we look at it from a strategic perspective and from a macro perspective. We should not look at such conflicts from an emotional perspective, because once we look at it from an emotional perspective, definitely we will come up with the wrong judgment. Now, as I said, again, the question is, Palestinians want liberation, and the Israelis, they want expansion, they want dominance, and they want to live in peace, as they say. Now, are Palestinians moving towards liberation? There is no doubt that they are moving towards liberation, because now the whole world is talking about their case. Their case is not buried as it was buried before, and as Israel wanted to bury it before. The whole world now, they know that there is an injustice that is taking place in not only Gaza, West Bank, in Palestine. And there are people who are fighting for their liberation, for their independence, for their own rights. The whole world knows about this. And not only the whole world knows about it, as we have seen 3 days ago, that now there is a shift in terms of the last pull in America, that there is a shift towards what the number of people who are supporting now Palestinians over those who are supporting the Israelis. They said this is the first time this has happened. Okay, this is in America, and America is, we know that America is mainly controlled by Zionism. America is controlled by the right wing. America is controlled by Trump and his friends. Okay, so despite all of this, there is a shift towards Palestinians, in favor of Palestinians. This is in America. Of course, in many other parts of the world, the shift is very clear. And that shift is not just towards Palestinians, but also against Israelis. And in many places, Israel became a toxic word. And no one denies that. So that is, all of this is in favor of what? In favor of Palestinians getting their rights. Now, see, we should not look at it that they are going to get their rights in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, because this is a historical conflict. But definitely it is going in favor of the Palestinians, not against them, and it is going against the Israeli project. This is a major shift. Before, as we all know, we don't need to speak about this, this is well known, no one was able to criticize Israelis openly. In fact, we all know that they were about to many countries, including our country, that if you were to criticize Israel, this is equal to anti-Semitism. But now that is scrapped. So this is from this angle. Now, let us look at it from the Israelis' perspective. They had, let us look at the expansion. They wish to take over Gaza. But now for them to take over Gaza is nearly impossible. Even if we say that the Blair-Kushner plan will go ahead, but that doesn't mean that Israel will take over Gaza, at least in the coming, Allahu Alam, maybe 20 years or more. So their plan failed miserably. The second, which is part of the expansion, to ethnic cleansing of the people of Gaza, that also failed miserably. To expel the people of Gaza either to Sinai, to Egypt, or to other places, that failed miserably. Now, their expansion, at least from Gaza perspective, from the side, the direction of Gaza, has failed miserably. Not only that, I look at it from a different angle. Now, more people are convinced that they can resist the Israelis. Maybe not governments, but now people are looking at Gaza, this small area, 365 square kilometers, 2 millions, who have no heavy arms. They were under the siege for the last 20 years, and maybe they were under siege before that. Yes, they could resist, and they in fact resisted the entire world at one point. Britain, France, Germany, and many European countries, they were sending aid to the Israelis, and of course on top of that America. So this gives more hope for people who want to resist the Israeli hegemony. So that is a resistance for their dreams of expansion. That's why they failed from this angle miserably, not only in Gaza, but in other places. Of course, they are expanding in the West Bank. We should not ignore that. And they are taking more land, but that they are expanding without peace, without being fully settled in those areas that they are expanding, or they are annexing, or they are stealing. And this even might give hope to the people of the West Bank to resist them as Gazan people resisted them. So this again has failed. So at least is not going in the direction of what Israel wants, which is expansion. Now, if we look at the peace, that they live in peace, the people. Of course, we don't have exact figures. Some people say between 500,000 Jewish people have left Israel because they don't feel that it is safe for them. Between 500,000 people to 1 million, we don't know the exact figures, but there is definitely migration of historical Palestine, rather migration into historical Palestine. This is one thing. Also, now, so many young Israelis protested against their government. So now, it's not because of the release of their of the hostages, as they say, but no, they are protesting against their government because they have seen that it became a toxic government. They are not living in, as they say, in a democratic country, and it is the only democratic country in the Middle East. So they started to lose confidence in their own government. They started to lose confidence in their identity. They started to lose confidence in their future. And this is the start of the real decline of this state. Also, now the world, is asking, and especially young people, they are asking fundamental question, which is Israel and their Knesset, they confirmed clearly that they will not accept two-state solution. So what is the solution? So they know that those people, they are not aiming for peace. They don't want peace. They don't want to give Palestinians any rights. So their narrative has been almost destroyed in the eyes and minds of especially the young generation, as they say, below 40 in America and in so many places in the world. So this is in terms of their peace. Of course, we add to that, not the migration of historical Palestine, but also now they feel, even if they are living there, they feel that they are hated by the surrounding areas. They feel that even from Jordan, we know the soldiers who attacked some of the Israeli soldiers. They know that if Muslims around them or the Arabs around them were to be given the chance to attack them, they will not hesitate to do that. So they lost the inner peace, the inner security. And this means that they are losing their confidence in having Israel or historical Palestine as the safe place for the Jewish people. I don't call them the Jewish people, but the Zionists, because so many Jewish people are against this project, and we have seen so many of them in the recent national demonstration. So, in brief, I think the Palestinians, from a macro perspective, the Gazan people, they are moving towards liberation. Yes, it might take long time. The price is very high, but they are moving in the direction they want to move to. And the Israelis, they have retreated, if not being swayed against their own direction. So this is the conclusion of the way I see this pause or what is happening now. The Palestinians in Gaza, they started already to rebuild their own country or their own city, Gaza, and the other areas in the Gaza district. So their ability to rebuild themselves is so fast, which really gives hope. and that those people are really rooted in that land and they will not give up easily. And so it is really almost impossible, near impossible to expel those people from their land, to alienate or to completely commit any kind of genocide where you eliminate all of them. This is in brief how I see it. So inshallah, we hope the best for the people of Gaza, and we ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to give them victory sooner, not later. And we ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to unite their hearts. And of course, this discussion was about what is happening now. I'm not talking about the Muslim Ummah. I'm not talking about our role towards the people of Gaza. Of course, we need now to support them more and more. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the so-called peace treaty, and whether it is in favor of the Palestinians or in favor of the Israelis. That's all.
بأنك تقبلني يا كريم.